Today we're going to do a video review of the TEETER EP-560 inversion table. Now this is TEETER's latest model. They came out with it in the beginning of 2012, and it's an upgrade in replacing the 550 model, which they've sold for the last several years very successfully. Now there's a few reasons why I wanted to do this video review, mainly to show you why I like the table so much, and to show you why I have named it the best inversion table for 2012. So I'm going to start up here at the top with the bed and then work down through the different aspects of this table. So first of all, this is what TEETER calls their Comfortrak bed. And it's a very nice, comfortable bed. And there's, at first glance, it looks very similar to the 550 model. However, there's two different things that TEETER has upgraded that I think are really important. First of all, you see the handles up top and on the side. These are so you can stretch a little better while you are inverted, which, again, very nice. The second thing, TEETER has introduced two new accessories. One, the lumbar bridge that fits into these slots here, and two, some acupressure nodes that you can put anywhere on the back here and work out just a little, when you get a kink in your back or whatever, those work great for that. So you see these little slots here, that's what this is for, and it's an upgrade on this bed. And so you can use it with those two accessories. So between the ability to have this, these handles for the stretching plus the accessories, I really like the bed. And I also really like the fact that TEETER is giving away those two accessories right now if you purchase this table. So the Comfortrak bed is very nice. When you invert, you can slide around a little bit. That's because it's a little firm, but it is contoured to your body, so it is very nice and comfortable. It also has this nice pillow at the top that's adjustable. You can take it off and put a little higher, a little lower, depending on how tall you are, and it's very comfortable for your head. Now, let's turn this sideways here and show you some of these other features. First of all, another upgrade that TEETER has made to this table is these extension handles. They've actually extended a little bit, so when you're fully inverted, you can actually grab and come back to starting position just a little bit easier, which is nice. Looking down here, you have TEETER's, the strap. This is typically what TEETER does with their tables, and it's nice, clean, simple. If you don't want to invert fully, you can just strap that in or clamp that in, and it will prevent you from going to a full inversion. And I personally like the strap more than some of the tables have some gears and gadgets up here that you can lock beforehand, and I prefer the strap just because it's more simple and less likely to break. Not saying that those will break, but I just have a feeling that this is going to last longer in terms of 5-10 plus years than a gadget would. Now, the other thing that sets TEETER's apart on all their tables is really their A-frame and how well the inversion table works. This table will support up to people up to 300 pounds and 6'6" tall, and it's a very sturdy table. It's not going anywhere, and it's going to last a very long time for you. It is also UL tested and certified. What that means, bottom line, is that an independent company has come in, they've tested the table. You can actually go to my website and read what their testing entails, but it's very strenuous testing, and it's actually the industry standard. So with this table, you don't have to worry. It's safe, it's sturdy, and it's sound. It's built like a tank, so it's going to last forever. Really like that. So now that we've done that, let's get to the fun part. Make sure I have enough room here to actually invert. Okay, and I want you to come in a little closer here as I show you a couple of other of these aspects. What I really like in terms of improvements is what TEETER has done with the ankle system here. One of the biggest complaints that I hear from inversion table users is that when they invert, their ankles hurt. The clamp just doesn't fit quite well, or whatever reason. They're just not comfortable. And why that's important is because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to invert every day. And really, to get the most benefits from inversion therapy, you want to be inverting for 5 to 10 minutes every day. So with that being said, I really like what TEETER has done. In the past, on this level model, they've had just two kind of C cups that are padded, and on top then they would have just a foam bar that would kind of clamp down on the top of your ankle. As you can see, they've gone to 4 cups that just really clamp down on your ankles very nice, and it's extremely comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you now how this works. Get to the fun part. Okay. Now, so I've set this to my height. Just clamp it down like that on my feet. And what I'm going to show you is how smoothly the TEETER EP-560 does invert and come back to starting position, and show you a couple other things that you can do with it. So, let's do that so my shirt doesn't come up. Okay, now just to start, you can just start nice and slow. Slowly raise a hand if you want. If you want, you can just kind of stay here at a 60-degree angle. And you can go all the way down to full. Okay. Now when you're down here, you'll notice that this bar, this is also an improvement. They've lifted it up so you can kind of use it to stretch with. It's more so when you're in the 60-degree angle. Just gets you a little more traction therapy going on, which is very nice. And again, when you're down here, you have these handles that you can grab onto, like this, and stretch the side. Now the table also is fully locking, so when you're fully inverted, you can do inverted workouts, which to me, if you're going to buy an inversion table, that's very important, is to be able to go down fully and lock. Even if you think you'll only want to go down to the 60 degrees, I like going down fully, and other people, there are some benefits to doing that, so I like to see an inversion table that locks in the full position. Now, the one last thing that I did want to show you is how well, another thing that I really like to do is just kind of what I call a teeter-totter exercise. You just go up and down, and this just feels great after, you know, a long basketball game or round of golf or something like that. Just to come in and do this just for a couple minutes. And you can see it's very nice, controlled, and it's very relaxing. If I want to go down further, I just lift this arm up farther. If I don't want to go down quite so much, just go like that. And you just gently kind of rock yourself there. So, as you can see, the teeter is very sturdy. It's very comfortable. You go down and up. One other thing that I really like about the ankle clamps, when I'm down doing the inverted sit-ups, I don't really feel any pressure on my knees. With the past models that I've tried, I actually have felt pressure there. I don't know if it's an ankle clamp or what it is, but I do not feel that pressure. So it's really nice for those who want to do some core workouts with it. This is a great place to start. You don't necessarily need to purchase the gravity boots. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Now, there is one thing about the 560 that I want to point out, and that is, you notice for me to lock my ankles in place, I do have to bend down to do so. Some inversion tables are set up to where they have an easy-to-reach ankle locking system where you just reach this about this far and kind of lock it down. And so if you are someone who does not have the ability to bend all the way over and to lock that down, if you're limited with that, you will actually want to look at the TEETER EP-950 instead of this model. That's the only thing that this model does not have. And the reason for that is actually so you can switch this out with gravity boots and do those inverted sit-ups, etc. So there is a reason for that. For me, I don't have that problem, so this is the model that I would prefer. But again, if you do have limited mobility problems, you're going to want to get a table that has some type of easy-to-reach ankle locking system. And that's really about the only drawback to the table. Everything else built very sturdy, very sound. It does exactly what you want it to do. Now, the last thing I want to show you is how easy it is to actually fold it up and store it. It is also a really nice feature. All you do is you take the legs, or not the legs, this bar, all the way to the top. And from here, you're just going to fold it up. And it is fairly heavy. I want to say about 75, 80 pounds or so, but you can move it fairly easily like this. You don't have to be able to lift all 80 pounds. And then it's nice, I'm going to show you the side profile. You can see how skinny that is once it's folded up, so it can actually go into a closet really well. And that's where I keep it. I keep it in a fairly small closet.